Why women hate men who lust. And I want to reinforce the emphasis on the hate, because it is women's, or high value women's, absolute least favorite thing about a man is a man with no self-control. Self-control and lust are on different ends of the spectrum. And when we're talking about lust, we're not only talking about sexually, we're not only talking about your level of attraction for girls and how you act now, we are also talking about all of the habits within your life. A huge part of that is the female sector. Lust is essentially us acting when our emotions tell us we want something, or our cravings, what we think at the right time is what we want, but often not what we need. Lust is making impulsively wrong decisions and acting on things with a clouded judgment, as opposed to assessing things logically, making clerical and intelligent decisions based on logic and wisdom and experience. So before we dive down into the psychology of why women hate it so much, let's start off by breaking down what lust actually is and the negative effects of it. As previously said, lust enforces a lack of logic, bad decisions, a huge lack of clarity. It's essentially, in the moment, your emotions telling you that something is the right thing to do, the right thing to act on, when in the bigger picture, it's not. A routine in life I like to call short-term to long-term. Often, the short-term gratifications lead to long-term negatives, and the short-term sacrifices that we make can lead to longer-term success, positivity, happiness, or generally good reinforcements. And more than anything, lust is a form of weakness. Even in the short term, if it might be fun or thrilling for you, it generally has the same effect to, let's say, a girl being very socially expressive. As soon as you meet her, the idea of dating her or sleeping with her, it seems fun, seems thrilling. If she's socially expressive, it actually allows you to connect quicker. But in the long term, you're going to encounter problems. Whereas it was a lot easier for you to gain that initial connection and communication and energy, later down the line, where she's socially expressive with everyone, it then creates a problem. And the same way where your lust and your weakness of lust will allow you to sleep with a girl quicker, will allow you to act on certain emotions within the situation with a girl on a short-term dating regime. In the long term, this weakness will have the same effect where she actually sees that as a negative in you, and it encounters a problem for her, because one thing a girl doesn't want more than anything is a weak man. Girls crave strength and support and security over lust, over weakness, over a man who acts on his emotions. These are all huge red flags for a girl and very, very unattractive traits for a man to carry. Now, we talk about emotional control a lot. Emotional control and self-control is one of the biggest assets a man can have to be attractive and assertive to a woman. The reason being is because these are things that women struggle with. Hormones and emotions, the way society encourages women to function. Emotional control and self-control are something that a woman doesn't want to think and work on. And I'll tell you why. Because the emotions are so diverse and the hormones are so rapidly changing and fluctuating, women feel the necessity to act based off of their feelings, off of their emotions. When a woman feels something, she's going to act off of it straight away. As a man, we have to be much more logical, and this is what is attractive to a woman, especially when we master a personality trait that she is unable to have. Because remember, in a relationship, we are all looking for something that we don't have. We're all looking for something to balance us out, to support us, the end piece in our jigsaw puzzle. So when a woman sees a man that is secure, that has emotional control and self-control, and that can bring that into her relationship, into her family, he will be much more desirable, especially in the long term. What a lot of guys don't realize is being able to sleep with girls on 1 or 2 nights is great, but how can you have consistently girls craving you, your attention, your love for the foreseeable future? When girls see a man who is emotionally in control, high value women will appreciate that on a man over any other trait that you can imagine. And then we need to look at it from a personal perspective, from you, for your actual self-development and action that you take in your life. It allows you to make incredibly good and clear logical decisions. I keep bringing the word logic up because logic is something that is so basic but super ignored in this society, especially with men. We allow all logic to go out as soon as there's drugs, alcohol, girls, all these distractions in our lives. So when we can remove all of the cloud, all of the judgment, lust from our emotions, from our mind, and we allow logic to control the decisions we make, these good decisions will allow us to have a strong foundation and grow in the ladder to then eventually achieve and prosper, to doing more, to seeing more, to understanding more, and to most importantly achieving a higher level of capabilities. A lot of the time when we let these emotions make our decisions for us, we get in a cycle, a downward cycle of letting this happen, to a case where we're always held back by our emotions because we're always going to make the same mistakes, doing stupid stuff. But when we change these habits to the habits of making logical decisions, we then begin to build as opposed to self-destruct. But if we want to come on here and talk about how to achieve full emotional and self-control to a state where you are never acting your emotions, you're never impulsive, you're never eating shit foods that you know you shouldn't eat, missing gym sessions because you're tired, you're never jerking off because you feel like it or you see it again on Instagram, taking full control of not only your mind and your body, but also your environment, including your relationship with girls and your opportunities of relationships with girls. It is a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-minute explanation, and this can all be found inside the main premium truth section. There is so much psychology behind all of this, and to find that out, go and sign up to the truth. But for now, the free link is available in this video, and if you are on here and ready to take action, make sure you book your one-to-one call with Martin. And that essentially, guys, is an overview of why emotional self-control is so important. Not only does it allow us to develop in the most efficient way possible, but it's also a massive attractive trait to girls. And ironically, everything we do to develop ourselves and to put ourselves in a better position and to increase our value and our levels of self-respect correlates directly to how attractive a woman will find us and how successful our dating life will be.